Salut tout le monde!
Salut! So, as some of you guys may have seen our or my Middlebury vlog, I was doing my master's in French this summer at Middlebury. It went really well. It was cool. I learned a lot. I had a good time.
Yeah, you met a lot of people.
Yeah. And I mean, everyone I met there, they all spoke French really well. It was impressive. It was nice to see. Nice to be around that kind of environment. But one thing that I noticed is that a lot of people who are learning French, I find that they say things kind of weirdly, or they say things not, how I hear them said in France. Sometimes they say things way more formally than they need to be. And it just sounds kind of awkward when it's someone like our age speaking like that.
Yeah, it's funny. You would text me and be like, I hear people saying this. Is that used? Because like it's not like I've never really heard it. It's like, oh no, it's weird or
Yeah, or not weird. It's just
it's correct, of course.
I mean,
but it's like kind of formal, and people our age wouldn't say that usually.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of odd. Or I felt like it was a little bit odd. So yeah, we want to go through that with you guys and what you can say instead.
And again, everything that we tell you in these videos, you choose whatever you want to do, of course, but we like to share how we speak and how we hear people around us speak. So, I don't know, that's why we're kind of passionate about that. Some people are like, oh, let us speak however we want. Of course you can, but...
But again, a lot of these things that we're going to talk about, they're not really mistakes. They just sound kind of odd into, 2019 to the average French person. Again, we live in Paris. This is how people speak where we are. But you do you, and you do whatever you like to do. You speak French however you want. It's your choice. But we're just helping those of you who want to speak a little bit more naturally.
Yeah.
So one of them would be n'est-ce pas. I would hear that all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of formal, right?
Yeah, it is. Like, you would use that at the end of the sentence to, like, ask for someone's opinion about something, right? So it'd be like, oh, il fait froid, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah, I would hear stuff like that all the time, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's correct, it's great, but it's a bit formal.
It's like something your mom would say, kind of. Like,
yeah,
I hear her say n'est-ce pas.
N'est-ce pas? Yeah, I guess, like, my parents or, like, older generation, the older you get, the more formally, I guess, you can speak.
Yeah, so sometimes, you could just say non at the end. Like maybe the English equivalent, like, oh, it's cold, eh? It's cold, no?
It's cold, right? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, like, il fait froid, non?
Ouais. Il fait froid, non?
Oh, il fait froid. Like, you kind of make a noise at the end.
Or just, like, you make it a question, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, il fait froid. Oh, sometimes I hear people say comme ci, comme ça.
Oh, yeah.
And just in general, when I teach private French lessons, a lot of times I hear people say, oh, comme ci, comme ça.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we learned that in school, but I've never heard a French person say that in real life, ever.
No, don't say that. So I guess instead of saying comme ci, comme ça, you can say bof, like, how are you doing? Like, how are you today? And you can say, oh, bof, like, not that well.
Yeah, or if this thing is good, something that you're eating, or like a film or something, you just say, oh, bof.
Ouais. Il est bien ce film? Non, c'est bof. Or, ouais, c'est bof, or il est bof. Yeah, you can say that. That's way more commonly used than comme ci, comme ça. It's like, I've never heard anyone say that in my life, I think, really.
Another really common one would be Petit Ami.
Okay. Un petit ami or une petite amie. Okay.
Yeah.
To say girlfriend and boyfriend?
Yeah, like I've never heard that in France ever. But we learned it in school.
Yeah, it's true. It's interesting. I don't know why, but we more commonly use the words copain and copine.
So yeah, you just use copain or copine instead of that. Sometimes I would hear people say comment allez-vous?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And people generally don't say that. I've maybe heard that like 10 times. Like probably less than 10 times in France.
I mean, it's for really formal situations.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna come up to someone your age and start speaking like that.
Comment allez-vous?
Yeah, it's like you actually put a distance between the two of you, So it's kind of it could be a little bit cold too,
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I've never heard someone under like the age of like 40 or 50 say that. But what I like to do if I'm asking someone, and I want to show them respect, I'll say, vous allez bien? Vous allez bien?
Ouais, vous allez bien?
Ouais, vous allez bien? Okay, one of my favorites is puis-je.
Oh,
Puis-je?
like puis-je avoir un café?
Yeah.
Or yeah, it's interesting because I understand why English speakers would want to say that because it's like so close to English, like can I,
Yeah.
right? But in French, it's so formal. Like it's really funny. Like we actually, when we speak like that, it's usually to make fun of how formal that sentence is. Like the only time I've heard it recently was at that restaurant. You remember?
Yeah.
I think he said something with puis, or I don't know. He
Yeah,
said
we
something
were at like kind of a classic old school French restaurant. And he said it but like in a joking way.
Yeah. He was like speaking normally the whole time, and then I don't know.
Like at the end he was like puis-je voir?
Yeah, or I don't know. He started joking and speaking like that. So that's just to show you how funny it sounds to us when someone speaks like super formally. It's like a running joke to us.
Yeah. So I guess you could just say est-ce que je peux avoir? And then whatever you want. Est-ce que je peux avoir un verre d'eau?
Ouais. Est-ce que je peux avoir un verre d'eau? Or just je peux avoir un verre d'eau, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
And it's formal. You say s'il vous plaît. And it's enough to make it formal.
Yeah,
Enough.
I mean that's how French people do it, you know, in everyday life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like, you know, at the Queen's house or something, I don't know, maybe you might want to, you know, yeah. But in normal situations, most situations, that's how people talk. Also, if you're like taking some, like if you're ordering something at a restaurant, like sometimes I hear people say, "Oh, puis-je prends un café" or something like that. And for them, I mean, you just have to say je prends un café.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's enough. And it's way easier actually when you think about it.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
je prends un café.
Another word would be auparavant.
Auparavant. Oh, in what kind of sentences
Like
would you hear?
they say auparavant, j'ai travaillé dans un magasin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it is correct, but
It's a bit too formal.
Again, yeah. It's the same theme. Like
Yeah.
everything sounds too formal.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like saying formally. I formerly worked in a grocery store.
Yeah, auparavant.
Yeah.
It's just easier to say avant, before.
Ouais.
Avant, je travaillais dans un magasin. That's all you need to say.
So another thing that I hear French students do a lot is they put like they use way too many liaisons. They put like a liaison like everywhere where it doesn't need to be. There are some like the verb être where you can choose. You don't have to put a liaison. You can if you want. And most people that I hear like around our age, they don't use it.
Yeah, for example, like you're gonna say je suis américain or je suis anglais, and you're not gonna say je suis américain or je suis anglais. It's too formal. In spoken French language, it doesn't work. Like it's okay, and someone will understand you, of course, but it sounds a bit off, and it's a dead giveaway that you're a student, which is okay, but I don't know. It sounds off.
Yeah, there are some words like that, or some verbs like that, like être, where it's like facultatif. Like you can choose if you want to do it or not. And so you could say je suis américain, je suis allé. It's not incorrect,
Right.
but for most situations, again, if you're like, you know, around our age, it just sounds like a little bit too formal, and someone will probably think that you don't speak French very well or you don't have a lot of experience with the language.
Right, yeah. So another one I hear sometimes is apprécier, to say enjoy. So we really love the word enjoy in French, and we actually use it, like, because we don't have the right translation.
Yeah,
I think
it doesn't really exist in.
Not really, yeah. Like I don't know why.
Like for a meal, you can't say, "Oh, enjoy your meal." You have to say "bon app."
Or yeah.
Or like you can't say like, "Oh, have a good class." You say "bon cours."
Bon cours. Yeah, I don't know. We have different ways to say to translate. So I've heard people say apprécier instead of enjoy in French, like j'ai apprécié ce film, and it doesn't work. It's really formal. It's really weird. So I wouldn't use that for enjoy at all. I would say j'ai bien aimé, like just like. I guess that's enough.
Yeah. Or if you want to wish someone, you know, like to enjoy something, like I said before, you'd say bon app.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like have a good meal. Or what else? What else could we say?
Like enjoy your holidays or whatever.
Yeah.
You would say bonnes vacances.
Yeah.
We have little expressions like that for different occasions. And yeah, we love the word enjoy so much in French, and we don't have the right translation, so we actually use it. Like when I'm texting with my friends, we often say like, oh, okay, enjoy. And if we would to say it out loud, we would, oh, enjoy with a French accent, you know, we really like that word, and I find that we don't have the right translation for it.
The last two, I mean, they're not really mistakes. Again, they just sound a bit awkward when I hear them, because I don't hear French people use them very much. So of course, you know, I try to warn my private students about this. So if I say, like, I hear je voudrais a lot, right? 'Cause that's what we learn in school. If I say, like the other day I heard someone say, oh, je voudrais aller en France un jour.
Yeah, it's super subtle because it works.
Yeah.
But I guess I wouldn't say je voudrais aller en France or je voudrais aller en Asie un jour. I guess I would say j'aimerais. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable saying I would like instead of I would want. Je voudrais.
But it's still like I would like, but it's like
still
I
would like, but it's really subtle. So that's like really for the people who are like perfectionists and really want to speak like a native French speaker.
Yeah, like I can't think of a single time I ever heard you say je voudrais.
Je voudrais. Yeah, no, I don't know. It sounds a bit too formal.
Yeah, maybe in other regions they say it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I just think like instead of saying je voudrais, I just switch it out with j'aimerais.
J'aimerais, yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that like I started doing that a few years ago, where I just basically forgot je voudrais, and then I just go with j'aimerais all the time.
Yeah.
I think it was after I met you, like maybe like.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like right. That's one of the first things I noticed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, and the last one is the famous ne, like when negating things. So the other day I was teaching a French lesson and the lady said something like, je ne sais pas, you know? And I see how that would make sense, but we even learned that in school. You're not supposed to. It's supposed to be je ne sais pas or je ne comprends pas.
Where did you learn that?
In French class, like
This summer? Or?
No, just in general, like that's like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting that we learn it, but for some reason people still forget.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, to take it even further, I rarely even hear people use the ne in real life.
Yeah, we drop it like really often.
Yeah.
We don't pronounce it really often.
Maybe like 90% of the time.
Because je ne sais pas becomes je sais pas. Like,
well, first,
because we slur it very much.
Well, I guess there are levels. It's like je ne sais pas is like how it's supposed to sound, and then it goes to like je sais pas, and then when you're really in a hurry, then you say je sais pas.
Je sais pas, yeah.
Je sais pas. Yeah.
And maybe it can be a bit confusing if you travel to France the first time and you're hearing French native speakers speak and you're like, oh my god, like I don't understand everything because we slur, especially in Paris, of course.
Everyone's rushing around everywhere.
Right. So yeah, like don't say je ne sais pas. At least say je ne sais pas. Yeah, that would be best.
Yeah. Or if you want to sound more natural, je sais pas.
Or je sais pas.
Je sais pas if you're with your friends.
Okay, so we hope this video was helpful. I don't know, we really enjoy talking about these things, just little details.
Like a lot of French students, they keep making the same mistakes. Like, you know, it doesn't matter where I see them, they're always, you know, making the same kind of, or they're not, these aren't really mistakes, but they sound kind of awkward, you know, and it's just another way to show people that you have a bit more experience with the language and that sort of thing. Okay, well, let us know if you guys have any questions down in the comments, or, you know, maybe we'll make a part 2, maybe.
Yeah, if you think of other ones.
Or if you guys have any other ideas for videos, let us know.
Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hi guys! We have some ebooks and e-courses you can learn French with, but first,
make sure you try our free e-course at StreetFrench.org.